The first ghost I ever met was me. I've known since I was small that the world wasn't limited to what we could see. There was always something more, something just beneath the surface, pulsing with truth and memory. I always felt like I existed somewhere in the in-between, not quite in this world, but not entirely out of it. I could see things others couldn't, feel truths in the quiet spaces, and hear the whispers between words. I didn't know how to explain it, and I didn't know how to protect it. I was still a child navigating emotional and physical abuse, trying to survive a world that had often turned its back when I needed it most. Outside my home, I endured unspeakable things, violations that were met with silence, disbelief, or dismissal. Behind our house was a gravel pit, off limits, dangerous. My brother and I weren't supposed to play there, not with the heavy trucks rumbling in and out, not with the sharp stones and shifting ground. But we were kids, and the thrill of sneaking somewhere forbidden was magnetic. We'd climb into the dump trucks when no one was watching, inventing adventures while pretending the danger didn't exist. One day, our family friend, someone who came by often to load gravel for his business, showed up while I was there. I remember the sun, the dust, the way my hands clutched a brand new barrel of monkey's toy he had gave me. I was proud, happy even. In my young mind, I thought I had been special that day, chosen, rewarded. I didn't know that what happened, what he did, wasn't special at all. It was familiar, a pattern repeating, the same kind of thing I'd been silently enduring for years, only now it had a new face. I didn't cry, I didn't run, because by then it already felt normal. I came home clutching that toy, her confused but hands full, and I remember my dad, his rage, his fury. I remember him destroying it. I watched monkeys scatter across the floor as if they could escape the truth better than I could. I didn't understand then why he was so mad. Not until much later in life. It was just this year that this memory came crashing back into my life, no longer clouded by the toy, but real and raw. I finally understood the anger about the barrel of monkeys. But that day, even in his rage, I still felt invisible. No one asked me what happened. No one pulled me close and said, "Are you okay?" No one wanted the real answers, only the version of events that fit into silence. So I learned what many of us do far too young: how to be small, how to disappear, how to carry shame that was never mine. I became an expert at shrinking, at staying quiet to keep others comfortable. And behind the quiet, my soul began to fracture, unseen, unheard, and holding stories no child should ever have to hold alone. But inside me was a storm of knowing, a deep, ancient power trying to break through. The very gifts that could have saved me felt more like burdens at times. I could sense danger before it came. I could feel people's pain like it was my own. And yet I didn't know what to do with all of that knowing. I didn't have the tools. I had magic in my hands, but no guidebook for how to use it when the world around me was in chaos. Even the messages from ancestors I received through my mediumship became something I questioned. So I did what many of us do. I disconnected. I put on masks. I molded myself into what people wanted. I hid my pain behind performances of being fine. And worst of all, I ghosted myself. The girl who believed in magic was buried underneath layers of shame, silence, and survival. But I never truly lost her. She waited. She waited for years through life where I ignored my gifts. She waited while I stumbled through relationships that reflected my wounds. She waited while I tried to fit into spaces that were never meant to hold someone like me. And when I finally fell apart, truly fell apart, she was there, waiting, ready. Dear little me, my sweet girl, I am here now. I see you. I hear you. I believe you. And I need to tell you something that no one else said, but should have, right from the beginning. I am so, so sorry for what they did to you. You were just a little girl, so small, so trusting, so full of light, and they took something from you you didn't even understand at the time, but you felt it. You knew it wasn't right. You felt shame they placed on your shoulders that wasn't yours to carry. And even when you couldn't speak it, you screamed in your heart for someone, anyone to protect you. But they didn't. The people who were supposed to love you and shield you didn't. That was not your fault. Not then, not ever. What happened to you wasn't about who you were. It wasn't about what you wore, how you played, what you said or didn't say. It was about them, their sickness, their choices, their evil. You did nothing wrong. You were just trying to survive, and survive you did. But I know it didn't end there. I know you carried the confusion, the guilt, the fear of being dirty or broken. I know you watched your own parents look away when they should have wrapped you in their arms. I know you wondered, why didn't anyone come for me? I'm coming for you now. I will never leave you. I will never silence you again. I will never doubt your pain. And I will never let you carry shame that was never yours. From this moment forward, I vow to protect you, hold you, nurture you, and celebrate you. You are not broken. You are perfectly imperfect. You are not tainted. You are divine. You are not weak. You are a survivor and a warrior with a crown made of fire and stars. You are allowed to be soft again. You are allowed to feel safe. You are allowed to feel joy and to dream in color and to let people love you the way that you should have always been loved. I love you, and I mean that fully. I will never abandon you again. The moment I decided to stop running, to turn inward, to face the parts of me I thought were too broken to heal, that was the moment everything changed. I realized that healing doesn't come through perfection. It doesn't come from pretending the past never happened. It comes from standing in the ashes of what hurt you and whispering, I'm still here. It comes from gathering up the shattered pieces of your soul and choosing, again and again, to put them back together in new, beautiful, holy ways. This book is that invitation, not to fix yourself, you're not broken, not to rush your healing, you've been rushed enough, but to slowly, gently, lovingly reconnect with the parts of yourself you abandoned, especially the teenager in you, the one who was told to grow up too fast, to shut up, to toughen up, to get over it, the one who still carries the echoes of what happened and the dreams of who you were always meant to be. Together we will become soul detectives. We will gather clues from your past, uncover truths that you buried, and trace the scars back to the source. Not to relive them, but to reclaim them. We'll explore your pain not as a prison, but as a portal. Each chapter will be a flashlight in the dark, illuminating paths you didn't know were there, because you deserve to walk this journey with support and love. I don't promise a straight path. I don't promise that you'll come out unshaken, but I do promise this: you won't be alone. You and I will walk it together, and somewhere along the way, you'll feel it. That shift, that spark, that moment when you stop haunting your life and finally start living it. When you remember that your magic was never lost, it was just waiting for you to come home.